Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we have got a 3 vs 3 on Karov City. Playing on Overside on Team 1 as Space Marines, we've got Keta Maestra, we have got Big Ma Mutty as the Orks, and we've got Sak Tripas playing as the Necrons. On the Southern side, on Team 2, playing as the Eldar, we've got Kikas, and we've got Spoiken and the Koiken, and Archangel playing as the Space Marines. They might be thinking, oh my goodness, what build orders are these? Well, these guys are playing on Quick Start, so that's quite exciting. They've basically, everyone's got 10,000 blue, 10,000 green to play with, and it's going to be absolute chaos and mayhem. So I imagine that team compositions are going to be a really big factor in how this game is going to go forward, because there's going to be no sorts of argy-bargy trying to tech up and trying to get your economies on the go. Although in saying that, it'll be easy to get your army set up at the beginning, but then to keep your armies fully staffed up, fully reinforced, that is going to require a fair bit of managing your resources, I suppose. And we are already seeing got double settlements coming in from, in fact, we've got triple settlements coming in from Archangel here, so everyone planning to get as many plasma generators on the go as humanly possible. It'll be an absolute slobber knocker, I imagine this game will be. But yeah, double Space Marines, they could just deep strike things in all day. Like, they could just basically, if they get a couple of, what they're called, relay stations, you can auto-build dreadnoughts and just constantly throw them in over and over and over again. We're not seeing Keta Maestra really taking advantage of the quick start money, although I suppose maybe he's probably thinking, oh yeah, he's spending it all on Space Marines and stuff, and then maybe taking up later on to then do stuff. Although Keta, it makes me think of, what was his name? There's a YouTuber, I think he's called Archgun, who does really good, because Keta being, I'm not sure if this is a reference, if it's spelt the same, but Keta being a classification of how dangerous an SCP is. If you're not familiar with SCPs, highly recommend reading about them or watching Archgun's channel, because he does amazing videos on them. If you're into horror, or like short story horror, that's all good. If you like short horror, or short story horror, look at advertisement. I write horror stories. Believe it or not, as polite and as gentle and meek and mild as I am as an individual, the horror stories that I write are quite terrifying and nightmare-inducing. Some would say, to highly recommend Kingston Chronicles, give that a read. There's also an audiobook for that as well. If you're not into reading, all the links in the description as always. Seeing a bit of a defensive opening from Keta and the Orks. Yeah, they're just playing Sim City at this point. Just building up those shooter boys. Now, what we're thinking, so late game, or mid-game, I suppose, with the quick start going on, the Eldar will be able to get their Avatar of Cain out, which means that they'll be able to have additional squad caps, so they'll be able to have technically a bigger army than everyone else. Orks, I mean, now, normally you'd think, okay, well, they could just go for the mass of that upgrade that you can get for your Orks, where you get infinite slugger boys for free. Not sure if in this kind of game it'll be a real benefit. If you've already got infinite money, you could just constantly spam out the blooming... what they're called? Guys with big guns. Flash gates and knobs. I do like triple Necron monoliths, so they will be able to just build everything as quickly as humanly possible. Which is very nice. And yeah, maybe just the case of, in fact, are you planning to spam out the flayed ones? I mean, that'd be very impressive. You've got like a just full 20 squad cap stack of flayed ones, just send them in. Oh, very cheeky. A webway gate to bring all these guys over. Very nice stuff. Of a mass of Rangers and Dark Reapers. Very unfortunate that the Necrons spawned next to... well, not next to, but adjacent to the Eldar. As that, even though they've still got infinite money, it's still going to take a long time to basically build stuff up. And yeah, look at that. The massive flayed ones incoming. Very much like that. Very much like that indeed. Necron Lord should really get his John Cena beam online ASAP. Bill Scouts will be able to spot these webway gates, and I think killing those webway gates is going to be single-handedly the most important thing that the Necrons can do. Going to summon some flayed ones straight out the gate. Obelisk going to be upgraded to tier 3 for once. You don't normally see that, but why not when you've got the cash? And this is going to be a very difficult thing to break off from the Necron perspective. We'll need some support from the Orks. The Orks are just kind of sitting around in their base at the moment. got a very impressive field of mines going on here, but they're not being built up. Space Marines on Space Marine action. These guys have already got their plasma guns and their missile launchers. These guys are going to die very quickly, but there are still a significant amount more Space Marines where they came from. Also got Spoken the Koi could bring in some of the Marines forward on this side as well. But combination of Assault Marines and regular Marines should help them crack through this front line. And here we go, just infinite flayed ones. Quite resistant to damage, I have to say. Not for any special reason, they're just quite tanky, all things considered. Got that Nightwing though, so the flayed ones won't be able to do much against them. Would this be a case where... I mean, if you get a... Oh, they're going to go for some destroyers as well. Yes, destroyers. That'd be a good idea. Flayed ones on the front lines, destroyers on the back lines. There are no... I was about to call them bad dragons for a second then. Pardon the pun. Fire dragons. Yeah. That would kill the destroyers, but there's none at the moment. And the flayed ones are ripping and tearing through these Dark Reapers. John Cena been preventing them from firing. Probably a good idea to send them all back for the webway. Keep them safe. Nice little defense right there. Grey Knight's being massacred by these heavy mortar turrets. But Keta, I thought it was going to be a little bit on the back lines for this, considering he's only got one chapel barracks, but he's doing alright. Going 2 versus 1. Although his Space Marines are out of positions. Need to fall back. The Orks, man. Oh, I see. You're just popping all your boys in war trucks. Oh, he's quite literally the evil sons. He's a speed freaks. Not the right colour for him there, but that's fine. An orbital bombardment coming on top of Keta. But these guys just don't know what's about to behold or fall upon them. But actually, yeah, doesn't look like that these guys are actually even bothering with the frontline combat. Oh, they're just going to go straight for the jugular. All these Eldar are going to be manoeuvring around elsewhere. In fact, let's just stay on the Eldar start so we can see exactly where the webway gates are. Got one over here. Things are going to be deep stricken in. What is going to be deep stricken in there? That's the question. Oh, Spoiken going to bring forth some assault Terminators. Well, actually, he's baited them now that it's been summoned there. These guys are going to say, right, okay, well, if you are now here, we're just going to ignore you and go straight into Archangel's base. What a mischief. What a palaver. And going to focus on... Yeah, okay, so in a game like this, you don't really need to focus so much on the economy side of things. Just focus on the production. But in saying that, the Eldar have spent a lot of money on their troops and not really buying any plasma generators whatsoever. So as the game goes on, they might struggle to keep their army fully saturated. But yeah, it's just Orks in the base. Not many tank busters there. I suppose you don't need them. You've got this amount of Daka coming in. Over on this side, a significant amount of flayed ones still knocking around. The flayed ones, they're going to be really powerful as well, as they can be deep stricken in somewhere, and they can teleport back home, and then deep strike somewhere else as well. So that, weirdly enough, the Necrons are going to be probably the more mobile of the forces in this game. Is someone capturing the centre? Spoiken has got the centre on lockdown, so he will not be struggling for economy in the late game at all. Dreadnoughts taking a lot on the chin here, but it's all about the Orks here at the moment. Archangel being absolutely kit-and-fisted by everything. We've even got a war boss in here as well. Good stuff. Again, I thought Big Marmutti was dropping the ball here, but not really getting involved, but actually, his idea was solid all the way through. Got that webway gate coming on down here. So the Eldar will be coming over. Fire Dragons rocking forward, but there's no vehicles really. I mean, what's the economy for the Orks like at the moment? Yeah, they've still got plenty of money. So when they run out of stuff, also Keta going to build some stuff over here just in case all these Space Marines kill his stuff. Archangel being utterly wiped out. Have you rebuilt anything anywhere else? You've got a heavy bottle turret down here. Oh, yep, you've rebuilt down here. So it looks like that both the North team and the Southern team have lost one base each, or are about to lose one base each. Should these Space Marines be able to push over here and kill out Keta. But actually, the Necrons are coming forward. And they're doing an alright job. Doesn't seem that Ark or Spoiken are going to be able to get through this. And if they can, it will cost them quite severely. You have the war going down from the war boss, colouring everyone red, making them more fighty, more shooty, a little bit faster as well. What a fantastic play. Really, really nice stuff. But it probably wants to get out of there. He's not going to win this engagement whatsoever. Got a Nightwing coming over. Here come the Eldar. There we go, a whole fleet of Nightwings. And actually, yeah, no tank busters. That might have been where big went wrong here. It's got a huge Farseer throwing down a big old Eldritch Storm. Thunderbolts and Lightning, very, very frightening. Nob squad, very low on health now, so they're quite vulnerable to a squad wipe. Big Mega going to teleport some Nobs in there to go after the support platforms. And the Warp Spiders, they're now engaging close combat. That's not where they want to be. Nightwings, they're doing a fairly decent job at killing out these shooter boys. Also got some artillery from the Whirlwind. Up on the northern side, the Space Wolves. This is spotted by a lot of infiltrated scouts, actually. Are doing the work, but Keta just deciding, right, I don't need infantry. I need infinite amounts of dreadnoughts coming in. Archangel being a little bit salty about the Orks. A little bit salty indeed, but it's all valid, man. It's all valid. Considering that these two went 2 versus 1 against Space Marine player on the northern side, it's only, you know, you get what you deserve. If you pardon the Joker reference. And these guys are now just, yeah, not even really taking on the Space Marine player, surviving just by the sheer amount of grit and determination. Got Necrons, they're over here for reasons. I assume they killed something that was bothering the Orks. The squig off now. Got the looted tanks. So yeah, that was just a massive shooter, boys. And now they're going to go for those big dackers. This is occupying a lot of resources from the Eldar as well, preventing them from really doing any harassment. Loving the layout of this base, they're very nice. Plasma generators here, production buildings there, turrets there. Say what you want about Southern boys, they are nothing if not organised. What's good leftover resource for people? Archangel's got some resources still. So we'll start with the northern team. So Keta is struggling in the blue department. The Orks have not bothered even building any plasma generators at the moment, so they probably will want to think about that at some point in the near future. Necron, they're fine. They've got free money all day long. Also got that Restore Monolith on the go. Eldar, they're now struggling with the blue money and also need to start thinking about green at some point in the near future. And Koiken, it's like he's playing Ultimate Apocalypse. Capturing that center has helped him with all the economy. But the Necron's now just been summoned straight down south. But all these turrets should help them, but this is exclusively Immortals here. They've taken out that fair stronghold, so now we'll now need to rebuild that and retake it up. Yeah, what a strong maneuver going on here. And that's the thing, like, you kill this Necron army, well, don't you worry, Sunshine, because we could just build another one straight off the bat. Absolutely insane. So what are you going to do to counter this, really? I mean, you've got to... I suppose that the only way to keep the Necrons in place is by constantly threatening their base. You've got to have that constant threat to prevent them from moving around. Which is in theory what the Eldar should be doing. But they couldn't because they were too busy trying to help down here. But maybe just understand that it's a lost cause and moving on to greener pastures. Maybe that's the way forward in this situation, as they are now blocked off by all these dreadnoughts coming over. Thankfully, the Falcon Gravitants can jump over them, and the Nightwings can fly over them as well. But it does seem Koiken has defended himself in this situation. He has lost double of his HQs. Now, do you have... Hold on. Do you have any more builders? You do, and you're building them over down on this side. Very nice stuff. I like it. The Necrons. Did you teleport all your boys back home? Not all of them. Some of them didn't survive. But yeah, a lot of the battles been primarily focused on the southern side at the moment. Eldar keeping these guys active here. For some reason, these guys are focusing a lot on coming down here. Probably not where they want to be. They've cracked this open. No point in really carrying on. I mean, what else does destroy apart from an armory? And a couple of plasma generators. In a game like this, like I say, it's production. Got to kill the production. Looter tank. Taking a lot of firepower from the Grey Wolves, or Space Wolves even. Which, if you're not aware, I've done a interesting challenge video themed around the Space Wolves. Feel free to check that out on the channel if you like non-Dawn of War stuff, but Warhammer themed. Which I know some of you do. Surely some of you do. Got to diversify my portfolio at some point. Otherwise I'd go mad. I'm only doing Dawn of War. Which does make a person mad, I do promise you. Here come a fleet of skull probes, but that will help them against the scouts, because they are all armed with plasma pistols. The Assault Marines will be annihilated. Down over here, the Orks now going to start taking over the centre, which, yeah, as the game goes on, these locations will become all the more important. It's the reason why Sproiken's able to just basically spam out all the units. It won't last forever. They'll invest, get into crypto, or whatever kind of funding opportunities that are available in the 41st millennium. Farseer slapping around the dreadnoughts as best you can. Not sure if these warp spiders have got their hex grenades. Also interesting they've gone for Howling Banshees. Normally never see those girls, but always a pleasure when you do. Necron Lord coming in to provide some vision. Are they going to see another mass of Immortals been thrown down? Possibly. And that's what I'd say. He's got the mass, but they are ready to do some deploying stuff. Although, they need a structure, don't they? So, they'll need to build some of them, won't they? Whether they can sneak a Bill of Scab down there or not, I don't know. It'll take a long time for that monolith to come down there. Fighter bomber, or fighter bomber even. Huge disruption on the infantry when it hits. And the flash gate's going to annihilate all the Space Marines here. Even Terminators can't really stand up to much punishment from those flash gates. A mass of Keter's Space Marines. But now we've got the infiltrated scouts once again. These guys primarily going for just missile launch by lots of things. Take on the dreadnoughts. Another land raider from Keter now as well. But it does seem... Oh, right, so dreadnoughts and assault marines. That's the plan. Okay, fair enough. Not the worst idea. But when there's the orbital bombardment coming in, mashing your troops about. Yeah, I think essentially at this point, Archangel just needs to build up what he can. In fact, what kind of economy you've got going on at the moment? Actually, it's still got a fair bit of money. In fact, actually got a lot of money on the go. Building up a significant amount of strongholds and machine cults, going for that heavy armor deployment and some predators. But yeah, at this stage, while he's still rebuilding his forces, I reckon just stick to one of your allies via that supporting fire as and where you can. Necron Lord is dead over here, being watched over by a dreadnought, keeping his peepers close on him, but he comes back up, instantly ready to claw him down. Necron Lord won't win this engagement. Already morale been broken. Sad time for him.
Scouts in position.
These guys trying to capture that critical location. A lot of focus has been put on that. In the centre, Eldar trying to reclaim this stuff. But running and gunning with the war boss and the tank, but that's a lot of tank busters. Hold on. That is a lot of tank busters. That is cracking amount. The monolith also moving on over here. We do now have as well... Oh, right, that's how they did it. Changing into the Essence of Deceiver, summoning in that fake monolith, summoning all these guys on top of them. Right. But yeah, they... You know, fool them once, shame on you. Fool them twice, shame on them. They knew that this was going to happen again. Didn't really take much in the way of... I mean, there's very little you can do against this kind of play. Apart from, like I say, just keep the Necrons locked down here by being aggressive towards them. But they've been leaving the Necrons alone. They've been focusing on the centre here. They've been focusing on Keter. What they really need to do... I mean, they've got... Oh, that's Orks. Never mind. Never mind the Orks. Yeah, what are they going to do? These double Space Marines now living shoulder to shoulder. They go for some Predators, but Predators are not going to survive against quite literally a 20 stack of Immortals, all upgraded. I mean, even though these guys are not necessarily anti-infantry, just a sheer amount of firepower coming in will kill the Space Marines as well. John Cena being thrown down. What a difficult situation that they find themselves in. God, it feels like we're watching an Ultimate Apocalypse game. It really, really does. That's a funny thing, we've never ever done a quick start game on the channel before, but actually I'm quite enjoying this. Might have to be something we'll look out for more in the future. But Machine Cult goes down. And it's all just up shit's creek without a paddle. We've also got the Orks coming in as well. Hecky flip, core blimey. Also able to see these Eldar. The Eldar have got very little going on for them. Hold on. Damn all these infiltrated. I do apologise. It's hard to keep up what's going on while being able to see the infiltrated people. While looking, jumping around the map. But fire prisms, you see, got loads of people inside the webway gates. Probably need to get them out at some point. Hail the Menchicane. The avatar for him. He's out. The webway assembly smashed apart. Space Marines are coming over to defend the Eldar. But in defense of the Xenos allies, they are sacrificing their own base here. One Librarian being shot by the entirety of this force here. Very unfortunate. Do the Eldar have any more builders? They do. They're going to rebuild their webway assembly down here. And what do you know? Able to defend themselves, but not after taking significant amounts of structural damage. Still got those tank busters. No vision of here at the moment at all. Absolutely crazy days. Webway gate. Yeah, they brought the guys over here to defend their new webway assembly. Archangel, he's not got much left. He's only got that one stronghold. I assume, unless he's got other things built up somewhere else, does not seem like it. Got one listed post over here, though. And the Necrons, they teleport away. Why? You had it. Oh, that's right. Okay, you didn't have many left. Fair enough. Okay, alright. That's understandable. But still, almost taking out another Space Marine player. That was quite close to the wire there. We now have a lot of Space Marines down here. Right, take these boys, move them over here, start slapping around the Necron player. Because at the moment, if he's got only the Immortals, and you've got a lot of infantry, you'll be able to come over here and do some serious damage. The Orks also recently lost their army. They're still in the phase of rebuilding it. And the Space Marines of the Northern team are now massively over here. And actually, we've got the Storm Monolith over on this side as well, so no Relic units to defend the Necron base. Ooh, we've got some things going on over here. Oh, it's the Eldar. The Eldar up to no good. And yeah, with Keter's army all the way down here. And assaulting both bases at the same time. Northern team are going to decide, are they going to defend the Necrons or defend the Space Marines? Well, they're going to try both. Avatar of Cain just strolling across the battlefield, being shot from the back by all these tank busters. The tank busters can't see what's going on here as well, so I suppose one way to defeat tank busters is by not detecting them, but by being invisible yourself. It does seem that Keter is massively outnumbered here. Do need some servitors to repair this Land Raider though. I imagine the money is there to replace it. But where's my mouse gone? Right, that's over here. It's not as intimidating as an army of mass Immortals, but now we've got scouts coming over onto this side. Left hand side even. Great nice, just pummeling those warp spiders. Smite being placed down here. Eldar should probably move out the way of that. Armory, probably not the most important thing to focus down on at the moment. Guess now bringing forth the Dreadnoughts. Not seeing much in the way of deep striking from any Space Marine players so far. I'd expect to see a lot of that at the moment. Boys' huts been placed on the front line so they can reinforce themselves a little bit quicker. And the Grey, also not the Grey, the Space Wolves, are now looking to extract some harsh vengeance on those Necrons. Just need to move those boys up forward. And this ain't, unless the plan just to do a big base trade, this ain't going to defend them against all of this. No way, Jose. Could do a bit of micro on these warp spiders there. Teleporting them away from the close combat of these dreadnoughts. One dreadnought over here going to focus on the machine cult on this side. Got some things been deep stricken in. What are you? You are... There we go, some dreadnoughts. That's what you want. That's what you need. Got some algebra. That monolith's still knocking around on this side. Probably want to pull that away at some point. Or are you letting it die so you can then rebuild it over here? Probably a quicker way of doing it. Here come the Necrons again. Not really capital. See if they just pushed farther. Well, a bit further, a bit quicker. They could have potentially have massively delayed this immortal push. But now all the armies are massively out of position. We've got these space marines over here, but then we've also got the Orks pushing in as well. This is going to be a really sticky situation. Base trades akimbo on both the north and south. Get to that, he's got some buildings over here though, so it won't knock him out of the battle. Mind you, the Necrons don't really have anything going for him at the moment, so it's a game of chicken. Who's going to back off first? The Land Raider firing at that. Oh, you were a real monolith. Okay, fair enough. The Immortals falling thick and fast. Like, oh, it's the sheer amount of sniper fire from these scouts. Right, okay. Because the Necrons won't have any vision detection down here, so they might not even realise that they're being shot at by scouts. Nice one. Good stuff. And they're over here killing all this stuff. Dreadnought's being teleported in. But the Eldar going to struggle a lot. Could potentially, if they had their relocation matrix, put that stuff down here, but they haven't. But they have built up all their stuff on this side, so that is something at the very least. So Orks will waste their time killing something and won't make much of a difference. How much economy do the Eldar have at the moment? Oh, they've got plenty of economy, so it doesn't really matter if they lose their base over here. They can just build another one down on this side. Space Marines have been beaten back by Pariahs, Tomb Spiders, and the like. Orks now been sandwiched between Eldari structures and angry Terminators. But finally, Keter has been boofed out of the little corner. His homeland, shall we say. It's a little bit more breathing room. And the Eldar are going to go in for those decaps, which is one thing that these guys did not achieve. Even though there's no base yet, Archangel still having his listing posts active. And the Orcs just looking for the web where it gets the kill. Yeah, the Eldar losing this side of the map at the moment. Still got a support portal there. That's one in their favour. But won't stay left for much longer, but they've got it for now. Always look on the bright side, that's what I always say. These Orcs not getting out of here. Not when there's a solid wall of Ceramite blocking their way. Squiggoff really struggling to get any sort of close combat action in there. I think he's just been left in range stance, to be fair. I was just like turning around. No movement of the legs. It's kind of like, oh, what is it? When you see, you know, when you go to Warhammer shops and they've got the spinning cabinets. You can see all the models in there. My local hobby shop, they got rid of their spinning cabinet, but that's what that reminded me of. That's what it reminded me of indeed. Got Space Wolves now coming over into the centre now. Probably going to take on all this stuff, which are quite useful. If they can take the centre, they'll be able to do some forward strikes a lot easier. Eldar now getting some payback. Well, he's planning to get some payback. And the Orcs don't have a massive fighting force over here, although there is a Land Raider. Because this is now two bases in one. The Night Wings will see what's going on over here and focus on what they can down here. Land Speeders, are you good enough against the Night Wings? I don't think you are. Night Wings are good against aircraft. So yeah, you'll need something. It's not aircraft to win that. Big war going on these tank busters and the flash gates. But they're not going to get out. They'll do a lot of damage, but they won't win. A fresh Necron Lord being spawned in. But I doubt he'll be doing any of his teleporting mischief. There we go, we've got Necron Warriors now. It's transitioning away from that tactic. They've tried a couple of times, worked really well a couple of times, but now they've got to alter their tactics here. Restore Monolith, teleporting around the backside. As the Eldar are wiped out to a man and woman. Well, they're just getting the superior optics now, actually. Nightwing's just been left to their own devices. What's the current state of the economies for all the teams so far? So, Keta, he's got no money. No money at all. Orks, they're fine with their cash flow. Necrons, they're fine. Eldar, they're cool. I mean, Space Marines, they're rocking. And then Space Wolves. What? I keep on calling them Grey Wolves. Because they're grey. They're great, some would say. But he's struggling with money, so... Two players on both sides with a good amount of economy. One player on each team struggling, so as even as one can get. Nightwings at least keeping the Orks inside the base. Going to give the southern team a good amount of time to expand. I did not expect a game like this, a quick start game, to last this long, but so they are. Archangel telling the Eldar to go back and reclaim what was theirs. Which makes sense. After all, I mean, since Keta has lost his base, he's now got no economy. And it's expensive rebuilding all this stuff. He's got a sizable, diverse Necron force coming down this side. Necron Warriors, Destroyers, and Immortals. So that should help them stay in combat rather than just instantly dying to sniper rifle fire. They need more detection. Need more detection indeed. If they're going to take on those snipers. I mean, are the snipers still knocking around? Can't see them. Well, I suppose that's their job. Oh no, they're over here. A good amount. A wonderful idea as well. I would not have considered that myself. But there we go. Land Raider on the front lines. The whole Necron army moseying on down. And the Orks are also out of their Space Marine allies, looking to reclaim stuff. Oh, very cheap. Can you jump that far? That is my question, Kick-Ass. That is my question. Can you do it? I suppose there's only one way to find out. The Orks will see him there. The Orks will see him indeed. Necron's pushing forward. These are only Destroyers. And the Land Raider, well, the Predators and Land Raider with their las cannons should be able to take him on quite nicely, but got to avoid those Immortals as best they can. John Cena beams thrown on over here. The Orks have lost their boys' hut on top of the ridge. And it does not look like the Vipers can jump over, otherwise they would have probably done it already. It was a nice idea. But no mass, no pass. Explosions left, right and centre. Orcs been funneled down this narrow corridor. Necron's also doing a fairly good job. They're continuing push on down here. Although this is why you need the Necron Monolith to be out and about, because by the time it takes a Necron army to walk anywhere, they're already, they're just very slow, aren't they? We've got that Necron Monolith following behind them. They can just constantly rebuild things. We do have the Deceiver being a mischief. I'm so sorry. I know that I yawn quite a lot in games because I'm always tired, but I'm utterly exhausted today. I didn't think this game would go on for this long, but here we are. Got a mass of Harlequins. Got that webway getting here as well. Eldar trickery constantly being used to full effect. But can the stalwart nature of the Necrons do the business? Are you a fake monolith? You are a fake monolith. So that's that. Machine Cut's been taken out, and there's not much of Keta left. If they focus down on him, Should be able to take him out. A whole mass of boys over here, though. Yeah, so what's your situation with your builders? You don't have any? Oh my goodness! This is big. If the Eldar can take on that... Yeah, if the Eldar can take on that stronghold... That's Keta down and out. But it doesn't seem that these warp spiders are going to be able to push the whole way through here. Big Mech teleporting right down the middle, being able to see what's going on. Also some rangers in there as well. That won't win him any prizes. As the Big Mech is not very well supported. Yeah, okay, fair enough, the Squigoth is there. There's a lot of damage at range, but... You really want to see him in close combat being disruptive. I know that everyone likes to leave him in ranged stance. But also, like, when he's in the middle of everything, he can also absorb a lot of the incoming fire as well. Absolute bedlam. Down over on this side. Necrons doing a good push. But they are losing some models. Space Marine's flanking him as well. Are you building up a replacement force? It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it at all. The proper restore monolith has now been caught out of position as well. That's very unfortunate. Fortunate timing. The Eldar on this side have also been caught out by the Orks. But and while they're killing the Eldar over there... Oh, they've also got... Are you Keta? You are. So you're coming over into the Eldar side of things. Archangel reclaiming his old territory. So the Eldar are potentially in a lot of danger, but are there any... No, there's no stealth detection here, so they won't be able to actually do any damage to the Eldar base. Although they have been beaten back. This Squigoth just staring. He knows this is here. You can smell it, but can't see it. Necron Monolith seems to have been smashed up once again. The Necrons down here, they're still cracking on. This Restore Monolith does not seem to have despawned. What's the normal time for it living? About, what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that? I imagine it would probably have despawned by now. There is a bug where it doesn't despawn. And generally, in polite gameplay, if a Restore Monolith doesn't despawn, you send it to the corner of the map and leave it be. And don't re-engage it in combat, but it's hard. I'm running under the assumption that there's so much nonsense going on that it's hard to really keep an eye on everything that's happening. But here come the Space Wolves. And they are looking for that killing blow on the Necrons. Losing a Predator. And there's a lot of Ghost turrets here. We'll take them a lot more to crack on with those guys. Yeah, they're being killed quite viciously. Got a Dreadnought coming forward. But they will struggle against the Ghost turrets. Maybe now start deep striking in some regular Space Marine troops. That might be the way, the truth of the light. But yeah, you could summon them in. You could basically build up fully upgraded Space Marines with maximum models. What, 4 missile launchers. Just deep strike like 4 squads here. That would do a lot of damage to the Necrons. But it's sort of been beaten back well and truly. The Orks now en masse over here. A massive tank busters. Avatar of Cain back online. He's going to stand in the middle of everything. Land Raider as well, so double relic units from the southern team. They all just seemingly look like they're ignoring these guys, but Librarian pops out. And what was their plan? Just to ignore them and run down here and kill things? Probably, but that ain't going to win yet. You can't ignore a firing line. Well, we've seen some targets. That Land Raider would be a juicy thing for them to shoot up, but the Assault Terminator is absorbing the damage. Dreadnought on this side goes down. And it's a proper stalemate at the moment. Oh, the Avatar just nonchalantly waltzing his way in. What's your plan? Just walks in, stands around, refuses to elaborate, and then leaves. Maybe. Or is this just to keep the Necrons tied down? Maybe. Maybe that's the case. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I do feel really sorry for Keta. Such a small economy. But he's doing what he can to support his ally. Can we get vision in the Necron base? Ah, right, I see. That's what this avatar's for, is just to get vision. So I imagine they've got loads of things to deep strike in. I assume, as you may, they've got some orbital relay stuff. And yep, Archangel also bringing in those dreadnoughts. Like I say, a lot of Ghost turrets. Not sure that's going to do him any favours. Predator gets crumped by the Necron Lord. Storm Monolith in the middle bit. Got one Whirlwind just casually throwing rockets towards the Restored Monolith. And it's not looking pretty, or all that pretty, for the Northern team, I think. A lot of their momentum has been utterly taken out. The inability to reclaim this area as well. Although I shouldn't have to reclaimed it. No, but the Orks have. That's probably a big fur part there. It could have been given to Keta to replace his economy, but no, the Orks wanted more. They wanted more stuff. That's probably, it's going to be what gets them in the end. Yeah, if the Northern team loses, that's probably going to be the thing that decides it for them. Warboss versus an Avatar. Well, this is a treat. We don't normally see this. Get him. And yeah, of course, will the Avatar win? Probably not, but then again, he has taken a bit of a beating before this engagement. Go and get him. I wonder what the kill animation for a Warboss against an Avatar would look like. Oh, go on, let him get you. Just for the banter. No, sadly not. He just dies, turns into stone, before crumbling like, well, something crumbly. I don't know, a biscuit maybe. Kinder Bueno. Sausage roll pastry pack. Once it's cooked, of course, not when it's pre-cooked. Uncooked pastry is very uncrumbly. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong. When it comes to me and sausage rolls, I know a thing or two about them. Being a northern boy. When you're born, you're given a lifetime membership to Greg's. Greg's is northern people. Coupland's is southern. That's the real north and south divide here. Orks moving down on this side. One scout being utterly just bounced around by all those missiles. And this, I keep on looking at this on the map whenever a bloody Tomb Spider dies, it just stays there, leaving a red mark there. I just keep on thinking that we're going to get... Oh, well, one's got back up. That's something. Keep on thinking that someone's going in for like a cheeky flanking maneuver. Space Marine still knocking around in the centre. Necron's doing what they can. And it doesn't seem like the Necrons are going to go anywhere anytime soon. What it needs to be, I think, as well, is that what the Northern team is struggling with here, is that they are kind of all over the place in their assaults. At the beginning of the game, really, really good, really well organised, I think. Quite well coordinated. But now we're seeing like Orks go off on one on their own, the Necrons holding the middle. If like both Orks and Necrons worked together to hold the middle, they'd win. And then focusing on one area at a time together, like one enemy base at a time, that would have been a game changer for them. Even Rust has been utterly surrounded by all these boys before being killed. A lot of tank busters there, but no tanks to bust. That's the problem for him. Oh, I suppose there's one tank to bust here. They're just walking by again. What is it? Are they just planning to... Oh, to try and sneak into the base. But he knows. He already knows that there's webway gates that are invisible. These tank busters are going to do absolutely sod all while down here. Very unfortunate.
Whirlwind artillery tank deployed.
A Whirlwind artillery tank is indeed deployed.
Scouts reporting for duty.
And Land Speeder by Sproiken being shot up by the Restore Monolith. Well, low on health is that Land Raider. Might need to bring him home to repair him.
Scouts reporting for duty.
Can he rebuy one? Absolutely, but you know, it's just more cost efficient to repair. You know, you're always got to think about recycling. Even the grim darkness of the far future.
Scouts reporting for duty.
A bit of a Mexican standoff at the moment. No one wanted to engage. It all goes quiet for the first time in about 45 minutes.
Scouts reporting for duty.
Predator going around the flanks. Probably not sure what his plan is. Is it just to get home quicker? Is it to distract the Necrons? They won't be alive for very long. I suppose one thing as a benefit in a game where your allies have got infinite money, they can also gift you lots of money as well. But I mean, have you actually been doing that? That's the question. I don't think you have. Orks could basically give Keta what, something like 8,000 blue money, and it wouldn't affect his income whatsoever. Orks going in for another pass. Again, trying to ignore the front lines. Very uncharacteristic of an Orc. Trying to avoid those front lines. This guy's firing 1,000,000 rockets at the Eldar Farseer. Horse spiders jumping straight in. And just wrecking face. Look how quickly those tank busters got killed. More tank busters being sent in, but they'll do nothing against the warp spiders. Huge Eldritch Storm going on, but I don't know if you needed to do that there. I was getting some of your own boys as well. Doesn't do friendly fire damage there. Just does a friendly knockback. Yep, tank busters dead. Dead as a doorknob. Not sure why the phrase dead as a doorknob is a thing though, because doorknobs were never allowed to begin with. Unless of course they are. In which case, be nice to your doors when you open them. Wash your hands, you filthy cretin. After you go to the loo. It's Herbalife being a doorknob. Got Tomb Spider, he's summoned, fourth. Gonna do his own thing. Necron's been blown up from a distance by the whirlwind. Koiken did say just then, capture the centre, then focus on the Necrons. I think that's a fair assumption to make. Kill the Necrons just because of their ability to reposition across the map. And once you've got them locked down, then you've got the Orks. Who are you massing your troops at the moment? You are. Putting another army together as the orbital bombardment comes in. Seeing the fake monolith being summoned in, but they know it's a fake one. They're going to focus on the proper one instead. Death, madness and sadness coming forth. Space Marines coming in to reinforce the centre. Absolute chaos and insanity is ensuing as the Eldar. Oh, I see. Nightwings come over. They provide vision. Scouts and Dreadnoughts jump over. Burnsinger also probably going to build up a webway gate as well. Very nice stuff indeed. I was going to have some... Oh, right, okay. Well, that's one way to protect the Necron base. Just build 1,000,000 war banners. That's one way to do it. The centre is firmly in the Space Marine grasps. Although the Orks are going for another flanking manoeuvre. Will it do them any good this time, though? We'll have to wait and see. It's taking a while to get over. And while that's going on, well, Necrons are going to suffer even more. These war banners free to a good home. Going to send in another Restore Monolith. But a lot of things being deep stricken over on this side now. Everyone coming forth. And all of a sudden, it seems like the Northern team are really struggling here. They've got the Orc army down here. But, I mean, it's all shooters and tank busters. Where are the flash kits? Oh, they're over here. Not going to be any use sat outside your base, though. No use at all. Storm Monolith in the centre, but it's been sent back home. And now it's just a case of where are the Necrons? Where are your bits and bobs? Trying to get another Restore Monolith. Rebuilding those flayed ones. Yeah, it was weird, so we didn't see many flayed ones later on in the game. You know, we had that one bunch of flayed ones being summoned in, but I reckon you get the Orcs with all their shooters and flash kits and stuff, being supported by flayed ones as well on the front lines. That would have been quite a tasty fighting force. There we go, Big Ma Moo TV says GG. They're selling the Orks anyway, just for good measure. But he says goodbye. It's now just the Necrons and Keter over here. And there's not much they can really do in this situation. What you've got. I mean, you've got a good economy. I mean, oh, hold on, shit. Right, again, I do apologise. But these guys, oh, actually, no, you've managed to regain your money. Could this mean I could pull it back? I'm not hopeful. We'll watch anyway, just in case. You never know. Stranger things have happened, but I'm not all that hopeful. Necron's losing another Necron monolith building. Can't attack this building yet until this monolith goes back home. Warriors over on this side, focusing on the Predator. Nightwings, yeah. Don't normally see them in games, but in this particular game, very useful. Getting that vision so people can be deep stricken in and stuff. Nice stuff all around. Is that Tomb Spider still out and about? No, he's not. He's dead. Okay. Poor Tomb Spider. Flowing forward. More Dreadnoughts. Can't go wrong with them. Although this Necron Monolith is just refusing to die. Someone crack him open. The sooner you do that, the sooner you win, and the sooner I can go to bed. There we go, Necron Monolith finally been taken out. And yeah. We've got some scouts over here, they're trying to capture things, but I can tell you now, looking at my time left over, I can absolutely say with utter confidence, no word of a lie, that the Southern team are going to win this game. There's about 6 seconds left. And I don't want to bore you. I don't want to bore you. Also, YouTube algorithm dictates that the longer people watch videos, the more traction it gets in the algorithm. And people tend to do switch off when the games get like this. So I'm not going to watch the rest of it. I'm just going to leave. So, yeah, thank you so much, guys, for sending this game into the Discord. Links in the description, as always. And if you want to join and support the channel, £1 off gets you once a game a week on the old Patreon. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.